Hi, welcome. In this video, I want to respond once again to some of the talking points by way of anti-dog trainer. Again, watching a couple of his I call him the cheap shot walk along with his dog Goose segments. And again, I talk about why this is kind of old hat. Okay, this is the same stuff I've dealt with for years. In particular, again, I talk about Christopher Upton. Go watch, his videos are still up. Go watch some of his live streams. It's the same rhetoric. Even over not using a leash, okay? It's the same stuff that anti-dog trainer spews out on his walk-alongs. But here's the thing, we talk about appearances, okay? Talk about, why these trainers are so like overly focused on, getting a dog off leash. But the question should be, okay, what type of picture is actually being generated? How can you trust that, this whole thing with, by way of appearances, by way of off leash, is not a counterfeit? And I say counterfeit, I talk about beyond just the whole issue of response itself, in terms of how you actually establish that, how you actually get there. And this is where, again, I talk about going through a sequence. I talk about, in terms of the core ingredients, okay, how they are reconciled, how they align through a intentional, okay, interaction-based process to produce a real picture of change. And again, even some complaints about, well, why don't we see, like the anti-dog trainer, why don't we see certain things? With devices, he goes on and on and on. He's so overly focused on this kind of, Christmas picture postcard. But again, understand that it's no different than Zach George. It's no different. You see balanced dog trainers doing that. You see these dogs responding all over the place. And meanwhile, the dog training world is a mess. Trainers are getting, get blindsided by way of an aggressive moment. I show example after example after example. And so this feeds into this whole thing in terms of the public, in terms of, they're wanting that Christmas postcard. But again, talk about, the question is, okay, beyond just appearances, beyond just superficial response, is the relationship actually established the right way? How did these trainers actually put the picture to the test? But again, this plays into, again, I call it the question of the century. This is why trainers like the anti-dog trainer can't actually respond properly to that question, because that's not their starting point. Okay, the criteria I talk about is not established the way I described. So again, understand that this is nothing new, but again, there's a reason why trainers say certain things, and it's a reason why they try to distract and won't talk about other things. But again, look at the state of the dog training world. It's a mess for a reason. Understand these trainers won't talk about it. They just keep pushing their agenda forward, and they're not interested in talking about what the real problem is. Thanks for watching.